a while ago, ZimaBoard, Icewhale, sent me a ZimaBoard 2 to play with, so there'll be a disclosure about this. And I did some videos on it, and it's great. And then, obviously, when the Steam box arrived and SteamOS was upgraded and made it a bit more easy to install, I thought, oh, let's put like an art card on the side of the Zima box and see if it can play games. So it's probably the cheapest Steam box on the planet, because I think the Zima was like $250, $299 or something, and then the card's about 120 quid. There are a couple of caveats with this though, because the ZimaBoard's default power supply is, I think, 85 watts, and to power the PCI slot on the ZimaBoard, you need to give it a bit more oomph. So Icewhale do sell, but you don't get it straight off, an additional power supply that brings up to 120 watts, which allows it to power the card. So you need that in the actual PCI slot, so you don't have to put any stuff on it, which is great. I mean, I also disconnected the hard drives from it, and it's an eMMC, so the read and write speeds aren't super quick. So yeah, so I did the Steam install. Now, this is one of the funky ones. If you were doing it to an NVMe, you can just install it. Okay, in this rig I could have installed it. I did have to do a little bit of tweaking in the BIOS, like switch the graphics off. And there was one other setting, iMMOU or something, I had to switch off to get it to go. But it installed fine. But when you do the drive installation element of it, you need to make some configuration changes. Now, if you watch all those videos out there, you'll see people talk about the SSD, and you have to delete the letter P for the SSD to do it. So the eMMC is similar, nearly. You change the drive, like you see in all those videos, but you don't remove the letter P, because eMCC drives use P like NVMe's. And you also have to remove hash out the two sanitize commands, and then it's just a straight install. Now, on the ZimaBoard, it did fall foul of that issue. There's no Wi-Fi on this, and I think this may be a Steam thing where you need Wi-Fi and an Ethernet, or maybe it's an Ethernet card thing, and it won't pick up your network on the ZimaBoard. But that's easy to fix. You just jump into a TTY window, then you restart the network manager, and then you jump back over to the Steam install with TTY, which is like Control-Alt F2, F3, whatever. And you can go and do it like that. But you need to do that, you need to set up a password. You do a password, set a password, then restart network manager. It asks you for the password, put the password in, reboot. Well, not reboot, so exit that, and then come back to the Steam installer, and then it's quite well documented apparently, this issue, and then this it'll connect to your network and you can install. Anyway, so with all that out of the way, I did it. What we'll have to do is just have a quick look around the system. I mean, this isn't something I'd recommend, but maybe if you want to play low spec games, it does play games. It won't play anything heavyweight, but you know, if you're doing emulation games and you're doing old school stuff, you could probably get it to work on this quite well. Anyway, with that said, let's dive in. Okay, so here we are on the Steam desktop, and basically Plasma, you can see the processor in the ZimaBoard is an N150, so it's only got 4 CPU cores, so it's like not the strongest CPU, but for what it does, for like home lab, for all that, it's amazing, but it's not for gaming. I mean, I think the Steam Deck's got more power than this, but putting the graphics card on the side, that gives it more power than the Steam Deck. So anyway, we're in this weird place. So if it's a CPU heavy game, you won't get anything. GPU heavy game, not so bad. And obviously this already comes with 16 gig of RAM already on it. So you've got that, and it's got the 64 gig, I've got the 64 gig version, eMMC already built in. So you've got that. So anyway, so I've just done it. Let's just jump into deck mode. Now, obviously I've got because it's USB 2, my games drive that I'd normally do over USB 4, so everything loads a bit slowly. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you load it, it won't be as quick. Everything's a bit slower because of the eMMC, but again, this is not what this system's designed for. I'm like sort of just doing something bizarre with it. Anyway, so let's look. I mean, if you look at games like this, like I've just tried Call of Duty Black Ops, and that's quite juddery. But however, Hades, something like Hades, that plays okay. You're on low spec, obviously, for everything. So I mean, it's but it works perfectly well and perfectly playable. But again, this is the thing, isn't it? You're on a low spec graphics card. You've got a CPU with only 4 cores, so you can get away with playing. You can play Dredge, any of the sort of non-stressful games. Here we go. See, I've got the frame thing up the top here. If you can see it, you can see how many frames per second I'm getting. It's loading in. But again, I mean, not everybody plays AAA title games, do they? So I said in the last video with this, I mean, they do sell a what's it called? They do sell an eGPU adapter thing for this with Oculink. So you can put an Oculink card in, do eGPU. But that's never going to get you around the core situation with you've only got 4 cores. So whatever you play, let's just play it. And actually, let's just look at the settings. You can see it's quite responsive options. They're low. Graphics like auto, and then right, let's play. Let's go there. Let's look at the frames at the top there. Here we go. 50, 60. So not too bad. I mean, a game like this, and it's not going to stress it out, but it's basically got. You can play this quite well, can you? Really? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So, I mean, I'm not going to go very far. Anyway, you can see that. I'm not really sure what's going to happen when it gets like lots of built up. What's it called? Lots of activity going on the screen at the same time, but totally playable. Trying to think what I've got on my system that's like quite fun. So it's quite out of that. I mean, I'm not going to try Cyberpunk or anything like that. I did try Homeworld, and it didn't do particularly well. I'm going to quit. They're going to come out. I've only just started to play with this, so if it does bin out, bear with me. Exit game. Confirm. Yeah. Let's just have a look. What else we've got? Ball pit. What have I got installed on here? Look, all these is like just a no-go zone, aren't they? Wandering Village. What's that? Oh, no, it's not installed. Library. Installed. What have we got that's installed? Black Mesa. I wonder if that plays. Let's try Black Mesa. Yeah. Let's just see if that plays. Accept. Okay. I've not launched this. So this is like, if it fails, it fails. Oh. Looks good. Looks like it's going to start. But yeah, I mean, I think the point I'm trying to make it is because you've now got access to Arc. I mean, there must be some Arc-based iGPUs out there. It's quite interesting. The N150 chip in here does have Xe graphics. However, when it's detected as an i915, I think it is, which won't work with Steam. So it's the same stack as the Alchemist card that's inside of it, but it just won't work. So if you do have one of the iGPUs, it needs to be detected as an Xe card, as opposed to use the i915 driver, which Steam won't work with. Here we go. 5. That's not looking promising. 5 frames per second. No, questionable ethics. Resume. I've only looked at the settings. Let's just see if it plays. But I think it's great. The ZimaBoard thing's fantastic fun. I mean, I normally run it. I've just wiped I've got to do a reinstall with this now. I've been running it as like a media server and a headless Arch Linux box. And I think there's a video about that. I built a media server for it and everything. So it's great fun. And obviously, if you use the ZimaOS, their OS, here we go. And we're playing. What's it doing? 60 FPS. We've got it. But I don't know what the graphics settings options. Where's that? I've got that under there. Game options. Where are we? Steam Workshop. I'm in the right place for this. Audio translators. Game. Difficulty. Mouse options. Bindings. Movement miscellaneous. I'm sure there's a set video. 100 full screen. Vocal sync. On. Overall quality high. It's got high on it. High, medium. It's playing fine. 60 FPS. I'm sure I could do I'll get out of that room. I'm going to do something here, haven't I? Button sound. How do I get through that? There'll be a lever, won't there? There'll be a lever somewhere. I'm going to have to climb through it. Something or other. Anyway, trapped in a room. Disconnect. But as you can see, that campaign. Quit. That plays perfectly. But I mean, it depends what you want to do with it. I mean, anything. What else we got there? Portal 2. Play. I mean, these games should play easy. I mean, but it's like if you're going to start to do anything like, I mean, I may launch it just to see what happens. But I tried Homeworld and it got 26 frames per second on Homeworld on the absolutely the low settings, because obviously there's just not enough cause for this on some of the games. But some of the games, you know, anything older, I think it's an EMU deck or something like that, you might have a lot more joy with it doing this if you wanted to turn this thing into a Steam machine. I mean, you know, I'm not sure that's what they envisaged with the ZimaBoards, but it's doable, and you can put SteamOS on it, and it can drive an Arc card. You might have more luck with you might have a lot more luck with an AMD card actually, because obviously if you can get FSR working properly, then you're going to get a few more frames out of it. But I don't know if it'll be enough to save you. I mean, so you could probably, you know, you have to think like a Steam Deck and use all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, a single player. Load game. What have I got? I've got, what's that one? Let's just load that one, see how we go on. Now, again, I've not looked at the graphic settings on this, but just to give it a go. Going to load up. This is 800, I doubt it, 896 frames in the menu. Oh, that works. I haven't forgotten how to play this. Well, where am I? It's still one of the greatest games ever made, this, by far. Oh, stuck. Don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. How do I get that door open? Anyway, it's like mind-bending puzzles. I'm supposed to probably get something up there. Hang on. Okay. All right. I think I know what to do. Anyway, I can get lost in this. Exit to main menu. Exit. Quit. So Portal, if you want a bit of that, I don't think I'll try. I've got, does it play exit? No, none of these are going to play. I mean, anything here is going to just get mad, isn't it? Heart rate is. I did get Black Ops, but it's quite juddery. But yeah, okay, so back to me. So yeah, so that was quite fun. I just did that out from pure fun. Whilst I had the card. Basically, you can turn a ZimaBoard 2 into a Steam box. They're about 299 quid, I think, and put the card in. You probably have more luck than the Arc card. You probably have more luck with an RX. Any card that's powered from the PCI slot. So there's quite a few of those, and there's a few AMD cards that do it, and you might get better performance out of it, obviously, because you can get proper FSR going, as opposed to the Intel cards, which I don't know if the FSR is really doing much. It doesn't seem to be. But there you go. I thought that was a bit of fun to do that. And so if you have a ZimaBoard, it has a life beyond just being a home lab and a server if you wanted it to be. Anyway, thanks for watching.